So one of my lovely viewers suggested that I belt this garment, and so I belted it on me, and it looked okay. And then I belted it on her, and it looked fantastic. So I really love that idea, and I want to thank whoever it was. I'm sorry, I would need to search it to find out which one of you said that, but keep those ideas coming. It's fantastic. So today I want to talk to you about my next project, and that is that when I made this, I put the felt, or not the felt, the flannel, the flannel in here, and I thought, and it is very thin, but it is heavy, and it's a little too warm for a summer garment. So I thought, how can I make this into a summer garment and create another one? Because I told you I was probably going to be addicted to making these. So what I came up with was this. I have the back of it is a quilt block from one of the lines of fabrics that I created. And so I just did the sew and flip method of putting a stripe across it. And this is actually one of my favorite things to do. So there's no batting in it at all. And then I thought, well, then I would have an automatic lining, but I would have all these seams. So then I thought, well, what if I take the bolt of that fabric, or any fabric actually, and if you remember, this garment covered this whole design wall. So what if I cut, and this is folded, of course, because it's still on the bolt. So if I open this up and cut it this way, and then cut it this way where this is, otherwise the lining, they'll be upside down on the back. Actually, I was thinking, what if I cut it? Okay, so yes, cut it the size of the design wall, then cut it this way, but then cut it into strips where the block is. Okay, so then flip it and do the stitch and flip on the whole strip, and just do it wonky and just let it unfold like I like to work, and then sew it back together. And then you would only have the seams here and here. So I think I'm going to try that next and see where that goes. So, and maybe, sure, why couldn't it be reversible? Actually, this one could be reversible as well. Should we see what that looks like? I haven't actually looked. Why not? Maybe it even looks better. The other thing I wanted to share with you, I'm going to move my find over here, is this. So if you remember, I had taken this, before this was cut up, this section right here, and put it into Photoshop. I did the same thing with this section, put it into Photoshop and put it into repeat. And then I had this fabric printed and ordered a yard of it. And I really, really like how it turned out. I did the same thing with the blue or the turquoise. And then, so when when you upload this to Spoonflower, as a designer, you don't actually, so you're looking at the color. I mean, maybe there's a more sophisticated way to do it, and I just don't know how to do it. But I'm looking at my screen, which is very color correct, but it's real vivid. And then you get the Spoonflower fabric, and it's not always what you expect because you're looking at it on the screen. And same thing when you're purchasing. When you look at it on the screen, depending upon the coloring of your screen and the brightness of your screen, it'll look one way, and then you get it home and it's going to look another way. So what I did is I used their, forget what they call it. Maybe it says on the selvage. Well, anyway, you can fill all of these blocks with different fabrics that you choose. And so what I did is I picked what I have out of my collection on there, and I printed this so that I could sort of audition and see which of these works well together and which of these doesn't work well together. Now, I could just make a quilt out of this, but of course that would be too easy, right? Although it could be really fun. So what I'm thinking is between this and these fabrics, that I will maybe utilize these for the next exterior or outer part of the next garment. So I don't know. I may change my mind completely, but it'll be fun to see where it goes. And it will be fun for me to see how this drapes and hangs without the flannel in it. And if it, works for us a summer garment. So um actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, I may, because this is very fall, the color palette, I may utilize some other fabrics as well to make it a little more summery. So since we are talking about Spoonflower today, I wanted to share another pretty exciting thing that happened. And that is that Shirley, one of my viewers, hi Shirley, if you're watching, came up with a great idea. She had watched the video when I created these characters, and she said, if you put those on Spoonflower as a panel, I will buy them. And I'm like, wow, that would be amazing. So that is what I did. Now, they are not this size on Spoonflower. They are a panel big, a yard. So you get a full yard of this guy and this guy and this guy. So anyway, she is going to make some quilts out of them, and I really hope she shares with me, and I hope she gives permission to maybe share with you. Maybe. No pressure, Shirley. But what this really, really, really makes me excited because I feel like we're co-creating now. You are watching me create this, and then you're taking this and you're creating something of your own from it, and hopefully sharing it back with me. And that just really makes my day. So, if you ever have an idea that you see other artwork of mine that you would like a panel of, please reach out to me because I'm more than happy to do that. Upload it to Spoonflower. You can have it printed on any kind of fabric you want, and make whatever you want from it. So that really, really has me excited. So thank you, Shirley. I thought I'd share with you Shirley's comment about the Spoonflower fabrics. She says, I received your Three Kings panels from Spoonflower today. I love them. I'm surprised at how big they are and what nice fabrics they're on. I cannot wait to use them in quilts. I'm picturing a series of 3 quilts with similar wild pieced borders. Thank you so much for making these. Shirley, I am so thrilled that you're happy with your purchase, and I can't wait to see what you create. Since we have been talking about Spoonflower today, I thought I would take you to the site and show you around a little bit. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because it's not always easy to find me there. So if you look here and you see Jamie Calvestrand Design with these little, I guess they're underscores, you will find my work. If you just put my name in the search, you will find that none of these are my work, which is just, kind of unfortunate. And you'll know because my name would be here if it was mine. So you can either put in Jamie Galvestran Design this way, and then you will see all of my work. And when we get to the end, I have 2 pages right now. It will not show you other people's work. Not that you shouldn't look at other people's work, but if you just want to look at my work, this is the exact thing that you need to put in. Now, I have also opened what is called my shop, and for some reason I cannot find my shop unless I log in and then have the URL to share with you. And I do have this URL under in the description on YouTube here. So you'll see it says spoonflower.com/profiles/Jamie_Calvestrand_design. And what's nice about this site is that you can search by fabric or wallpaper, but you can also go down here and look at my collections. And that can be very helpful at times. So for example, I have here the 3 kings that we were just talking about. If you click on that, it will show you all of those fabrics that I've chosen that I believe work well with the kings. Except I'm seeing that the yellow one is not there, the gold king. So I will add that. Make a note, Jamie. Okay. And then when I talked about I couldn't remember the name of it with the squares, it's called the Fill a Yard project. So you just click this if you want to go that way. And then you can do a half a yard of 2 designs horizontally or vertically, 1 yard up to 42 designs. I think this is the one I used, the one I showed here in the video, 2 yards up to 48 designs. So you just click on it, and then you can select the type of fabric that you want. And I have used this organic cotton sateen, and it is really lovely. Right now, I'm not seeing the one. Sometimes they run out of the one that's the most popular for quilting. So I'm just going to click this one. Oh, the linens are beautiful too. If you want to make a garment. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So let's just say I want to put this there. That doesn't work so well, does it? This is not going to work well either because it's going to clip it off. So really, if you're going to use this process, you're going to want to use the smaller repeats. I don't like that one there. I'm going to put this one there instead. So you can kind of see what's happening here. And you fill the whole thing, and that's 1 yard, and then you can order it. All right, let's go back and see if there's anything else that might be interesting for you. This is the one that I actually showed earlier in the video. This collection. that's it for Spoonflower. And if you have questions, let me know. Their quality has improved a lot since they started back in the day when they were first new and this digital printing was new. The quality was not as good. My experience has been that some of my commercial customers print my collections digitally, and I think that Spoonflower is better in some ways than some of the other collections I've done. Some of them are good, some of them are less good, just depends. But you'll have to give it a try and see what you think. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. The format was a little different than what I've done before. I hope you enjoyed the little peek into Spoonflower, and I hope you'll come back next week for the next episode. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.